What if I told you that the thing making you feel the worst as an artist might actually be pointing you in the right direction? Hi, my name is Tunim, and I'm a digital artist. Jealousy is one of those emotions people don't like to admit to, even though almost everyone feels it. Many see it as a sin, forcing people to be cruel to those they envy, but for me it was rather a sword I was putting on my own throat. Shredding myself to pieces after endless comparisons with others really tanked my mental state. Yet eventually I realized that jealousy might be just a tool to understand yourself better, and that I was looking at it the wrong way. Before we continue, I want to mention that nowadays I'm comfortable in who I am, and I don't experience jealousy as much, especially when it comes to drawing. This video is more of a reflection on my teenage years, when this topic was a lot more sensitive and relevant for me, and I hope it can help those who are in similar position as I was back then to feel better about it and move towards a more fulfilling mindset. So, jealousy is your best internal compass. You wouldn't be jealous of things that don't matter to you, like you wouldn't be craving coffee if you didn't like it. Same principle here. I think the first time I felt jealousy was as a kid. I would watch other children perform on stage and feel this strange pull, like I wanted to be there too. But looking back, I don't think I wanted what they were doing. I just wanted the spotlight, the attention. And that's the thing, when you're younger, jealousy is very vague. You don't really know what you want yet, just that you want something. As I got older, that feeling became a lot more specific. In high school, there was a girl, younger than me, who was incredible at drawing. She had this very expressive, simple style, the kind you'd see from people applying to Gobelin. And I was obsessed with Gobelin. And I remember looking at her work and feeling crushed. Not just because she was good. She was younger than me and seen and appreciated for her art. It was always on the cover of school magazine, and oh my god, was it adorable. Yet, I was just a chronicle in-line kid embarrassed to show my art to friends. And looking at her being successful as an artist both in real life and on the Instagram made me feel like I was already behind. And it made me too afraid to ever approach her, even if we had shared friends, and I heard that she was super cool and nice. So, as an attempt to make myself feel better, I tried to move in her direction too. Simpler lines, cleaner shapes, because that's what I thought the real artist was about. But it never really felt like me. I didn't yet know I was naturally leaning towards something more painterly, more render-heavy, more semi-realistic, and that realization wouldn't hit me until 2 or 3 years later. I just didn't trust that what I was naturally into could be enough, that I could be good enough in that. And I think that's when jealousy becomes dangerous, when you stop using it as a signal and start using it as a standard to measure your worth. It took me years to realize that I wasn't actually jealous of her art, I was jealous of what I thought I was supposed to be. Yet reflecting on that jealousy of mine helped me realize that no matter how much negative feelings art brings me, I'm too in love with it to ever stop. But there's another side to this. Because I had things I tried to abandon, but the jealousy just wouldn't go away. For me, that was music. I always loved it. Singing, musicals, Vocaloid fandom. But I also always felt like I was the worst at it. When I was little, my mom wanted to send me to a music school, but my grandma, who was a musician herself, said I didn't have any special talent, so why even bother? I'm not Mozart or anything. And I understand now that she probably wanted to protect me, as for her, music erased her whole childhood. But as a kid, those words stuck to me. I still tried. Years later, I would sign up for choir, school performances, learning instruments, but every time it felt like hitting a wall. I wasn't improving fast enough. I have a horrible sense of rhythm, no perfect pitch, and there was always someone yards ahead of me. And as the time passed, the distance increased. I was seen as a math prodigy in school, so I was used to getting praised more than average, but I wasn't getting the same validation in music, which made me think, wow, I guess I am really mediocre and shit at this. And to be fair, I felt very ostracized from others when it came to art and music. But at least drawing was something I could do alone in the corner of the room, without anyone paying attention to me. Singing and playing instruments was different. And slowly, I just stopped seeing it as something for me. But the feeling never truly left. I still have an ukulele in the corner of my room. I hum and sing when I'm alone and daydream of maybe doing song covers one day, or even writing one without actually trying. Even now when I'm with friends, especially during karaoke, I still catch myself comparing. They sound amazing, confident, expressive, like they understand music, its language that is just a mystery to me. And I feel that same quiet discomfort again. And recently I realized something. If the jealousy is still there, maybe it's not just insecurity. Maybe it's something I never allowed myself to fully explore. Maybe it's not that I was bad at music, maybe I just stopped too early. Or decided it wasn't for me before I ever gave it a real chance. And that's when jealousy becomes something else entirely. Not something that tears you down, but something that points you toward a part of yourself you left behind. So next time you feel jealous of somebody, just take a moment to reflect. What is it truly that I'm jealous of? Appreciation and prestige? Money? Or maybe the way they use color, create complex compositions, stylized shapes. Any moment of jealousy is not a moral failure. It's an amazing opportunity to grow as your own core is directing you. It becomes dangerous and sinister only when you turn it into a sword to harm yourself or others. Jealousy isn't something to get rid of. It's something to listen to more carefully. Because it's not pointing at what you lack, but at a part of you that's still waiting to be explored. And as you explore it, that jealousy, it will slowly fade on its own. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know in the comments how is your relationship with jealousy. And see you next time. Bye!